What's going on, man? It's your guy, C. Pierce, man. We back today with another special guest, man. Oh, and follow me at 12 Gonna Appear on your socials and stuff like that. But, we bring out the dopest guests. We got another one for you today. But before we get to her, I'm going to let my co-host introduce himself.
Mike T's the second half of Squad Creative Podcast. You can follow me, Mike T's, on all social media platforms. And today we brought out the Craft Print. How are you doing today, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful.
Shondell, man,
Yes.
we're gonna get into it. Just let the people know who you are, what you do, and all the stuff. For those that don't know you.
My name is Shondell. I'm the creator of the Craft Print, all over social media. You guys can follow, subscribe, and like me too. So originally, well, most of the time, I'm a paper crafter. I create custom party decorations, and I also host live classes on Instagram. I do a little bit of influencing, motivating, and mommying. That's the Craft Print, basically.
I heard that. So I'm gonna get into it because you are definitely into crickets. You got like 4,700 crickets right there behind you. Let's talk about it. How you get into the cricket world and all that stuff.
Okay, so I've always been the party decorator in my family. And eventually my family and friends kind of convinced me that I should show other people and start doing parties for others. So I started cutting by hand, and then I'm like, there has to be a better way than to like make banners and cake toppers cutting with your hand. So I started researching machines that people actually use, and that's when I discovered the Cricut. So I bought the first one in 2014, and I started using it, and then orders started coming in, and I needed more, and then I also asked for them for my birthday for gifts, and eventually I got here with 8, and it helps complete all the orders a little bit faster.
So you running all 8 of them at one time?
Not all 8 because I decorated some, but for the most part, 4 or 5 at one time I'll do.
Yeah, that's dope. So kind of explain that, because majority of people are running just a single Cricut. Explain that a little bit, would you?
First off, to have more isn't necessarily just like an aesthetic. You literally want to be able to get those orders out faster. When you start picking up orders and you get 10 cake toppers and you have to sit and wait on one machine to do all of that, it's going to take too long. So the more you do it, the faster your production is and the more work you can get done. But if you want to run them all together, you have to like plug them in, link them via Bluetooth, and then open multiple design spaces. So I'll open design space and I'll send it to this one. I'll open design space, another one, send it to the other one, and you just keep continually doing that.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Like, what's the so typically, I'm just curious because just that you run so many. So what's the typical order where how many you doing that you gonna break out 4 or 5 at a time?
Okay, so as of recently, I've kind of stopped with the orders, but usually, in a week, cupcake toppers, we would have a minimum of 10 dozen. Like that's the minimum of like 10 dozen. Cake toppers, I have a bunch of those, and I have custom orders in New York for like decorators and cake. So it's a lot of orders going on here per week. Yeah.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty
dope. The cupcake toppers, the Jordan cupcake toppers, I stopped selling them though, but when I was making those, like they are such like high demands. I actually looked up one year what I made just from those print cupcake toppers, and I couldn't even believe it myself. Like they literally come in like hot.
You ain't had no issues with that either, with selling the Michael
So
Jordan?
that's why I cut it off, because I don't want the issues. That's why I stopped selling it. I started when there wasn't a lot of Jordan stuff on Etsy, so it wasn't an issue. But I realized recently when I tried to put something that says Jordan, it was an SVG file. Etsy took it down right away. So for me, even though they had it on my other shop for the physical item, I didn't want to take any chances. So I just stopped selling them altogether.
Period. It's crazy how many people don't follow that rule. Just they ignore that. Like
I think a lot of people don't know. When I started crafting, I really didn't know. Even though it seems obvious, I didn't know at first. And like as time went on, I learned, and that's why I wanted to phase out of all themed items
Right.
to avoid that. And I think it's like people want it so bad that people don't want to stop selling because they make so much money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of so your ideas, your toppers and stuff, do you come up with the designs or do you take customer requests or how that stuff work for you?
So most of the time I come up with designs, but if a customer have some like an idea or theme that they want, like I had someone call me. I've been doing, her daughter turned 12. I've been doing her daughter's birthday party since her first birthday. And she wanted a sleepover with hearts and like dancing. So it was like random themes her daughter threw together. And she was like, I just know you're going to know what to do. And I just like put everything together. So I get requests like that. Then I have specific items or something they saw that I made before and they want the same thing again. But I do try to look around and kind of see what I don't see and make stuff like that.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So the craft print, what's the craft print? Why the name?
Okay, so when I first started, I couldn't think of a name, so it was just Shondell's Decor. Like I was decorating Shondell, but I hated the name, but I didn't want to sit and wait too long for the perfect name. So I just started making. And like in 2020, which was 6 years later, I finally launched the craft print. I was on the train going to work and a lot of my ideas literally just pop in my head randomly or in my sleep. And the craft print name just like came up. And then it was like Jay-Z has the blueprint, Nicki Minaj have the pink print, and I'm the craft print. So they the best at what they do, and I'm the best at crafting. So I am the craft.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that. That's nice.
I heard that.
You do now. We've already covered that you have a wall full of crickets. What other machines do you use in your shop?
I use the Glowforge Plus. I do have the Silhouette, the little one and the big one. See, I don't even remember their names. I haven't used them yet. I haven't used them yet, but I will. And I also have the Cricut Auto Press, a heat press from, I think it's Heat Press Nation, that I would use like for sublimating, and that's like once a year. And that's about it. Yeah.
Well, where do you get your inspiration for your designs?
Okay, so most of the time, if I don't like something just come to me, I'll like scroll around social media. I'll go on Pinterest and like see if anything pops in my head. But 90% of the time, it just comes to me.
Just natural, yeah.
Yeah, it really just like pops in my head.
Have y'all seen more chairs than lately? I just want to ask y'all because I've been seeing a lot of chairs.
Yes, I haven't made any, but if you're smart and you're in business right now, and that's something that's not trademarked, you should be jumping on those chairs, like definitely.
Yeah.
And that's part of paying attention to what's trending. Chairs and silver glitter, anything to do with like Beyonce that's not actually her. Yes. That's what's trending right now. You should be on it. Like everybody should be on that stuff.
Yeah, I made a chair. I got a chair on my shirt. I got one.
I see your earrings. I already saw the Christmas ornaments being made.
Yeah.
Wow. Like they're ready. It's gonna be trending. So cheers. You're not gonna get in trouble for selling it. So why not?
I'm sorry to keep laughing. Y'all know what happened with the chair, right? Come on now.
Yeah, that's it. Just made that was history being made. You know,
they had to do what they had to do.
People might not like it, but that was real history we saw in the making.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank you, Lizzie.
I was that we shall overcome moment.
I knew it was coming. And I think that's just like I was saying, paying attention to anybody that's like a small business and you feel like it's hard to come up with ideas. Pay attention to what's trending and start doing stuff like that. Right? It'll start getting you sales, and eventually you could introduce other things that you could make for people. Just get those customers coming in.
That part.
Period. So, have you had any orders for chair toppers?
I had someone ask me for the earrings, but right now I'm in the process of transitioning away from handmade products, so I'm not taking any orders at all.
So what you doing now?
I'm not talking too much about it, but I want to sell physical products and my own product. The hand making could only get me but that far, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So at this point, I feel like I've built a community. I built the experience, so I'm going to move on to actual physical products that relate to crafting too. And I'm playing with things, so I'm not 100% sure what I want the items to specifically be, but playing with them, seeing how I like it, thing like that. And once I decide, I'm going to announce it. But I did decide to talk about the process on my other page, the Craft Print Shop. It's going to be. So as I'm building the new business, I'm going to take everybody with me and kind of teach them the things that I'm learning and figuring out as I go along.
So it's the Craft Print.
Hold on, let me answer this right quick for you. Ask that. You sure you don't want to leak nothing?
Squad, come on.
You don't want to tell us? Come on, man. Look,
I think I'm gonna be honest with you. The not saying anything is building up a little bit of excitement.
Right.
People are paying more attention. So no leaking.
Listen.
Okay, well, when you get close to it, you gotta come back then and announce it.
Okay.
You don't leak it, you gotta come back and announce it.
It's gonna be close. So like within I'd say not a month because it takes a little while. So let's say within a month and a half, 2 months, I'll know for sure.
That's perfect.
So I'm feeling some type of way right now, though, for the record. But you know,
you feel a type of way, but you also understand the business aspect of
I do. I get it.
The
I get
lure,
it.
the illusion. So I know you understand. So you're not going to be offended. So I know.
It still hurt my heart.
I got you. I'm a heart surgeon. I'll take care of your heart. Don't worry.
Yeah. I see some new names over there in that crowd. I just want to say thank y'all, everybody, for showing up.
I'm gonna holler them out real quick. Crafty by Ro, Crafty Q. Oh, y'all, I'm King Butcher, by the way. If this is your first time ever watching the episode, if I mispronounce your name, I humbly apologize. It ain't on purpose.
I'm never good with names either.
By Ro. Okay. Craftique by Ro. Hello, how you doing? Unbiased, what's going on?
Rachel was at him.
Designs by Ivy Rose. How are you doing?
Hey.
We do this every week, 7 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. The Squad Creative Podcast. If you on the East Coast, 4 p.m. If you on the West Coast, so y'all tap in, like, comment, and subscribe. All of that.
You sounded sad when you said that, man. We turns up every Thursday. Let me put some energy in. Every Thursday, you can find us here. You don't know who's going to be in that seat down there. Do this or tell a friend and tell a friend we're going to be here. We're doing everybody from the bedroom to the boardroom. Nobody is too big. Nobody is too small to sit down with Squad Creative Podcast. Tap in.
All right.
See, that's how you got to do it. You got to be energetic.
I see. You put a little bit more steam in my chest. I feel it now. I'm there now, right?
It's the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely that. I think that's what makes us interesting, though, because we're so different. Like I say, I'm the drunk uncle around here. This is my conservative cousin, you know. Shondell, so what's making you, I mean, you kind of touched on it, but I figure that it's just a time thing for you to want to get out of the handcrafts, or you just
I've been saying it for a few years. I just been being a chicken. Honestly. So it's something I wanted to do for a while. And it was like, okay, like now or never, get it together. Like, what are you waiting on? So I'm getting it together. Yeah. And the hand making is just a lot and annoying. The custom orders are
who you telling?
A handful. So I really want to get out of that. But I'm going to still be making for content. So the craft print itself is going to be like my influencer kind of page still. And the craft print shop is going to be where I'm selling everything. So I'm still going to be crafting because I still work like a lot of people don't know because I don't talk about it too much. But after posting constantly, Cricut emailed me and I'm on their influencer team. So a lot of the times, like when you see they have new machines and stuff, I get the machines to post about them because I am on their influencer team. So I'm still going to like stay with influencing and stuff like that.
So on the theme of Cricut and being an influencer, I did see a while back where you went to a trip, I believe, for Cricut. Talk to us about that because Cricket really support their people.
Yeah, they do.
I tell people all the time, Cricket has the whole like marketing and everything down pat. They're like the Apple. Okay, they know what they're doing. They know how to promote stuff. They know how to make people want the things and stuff like that. So that event was in Utah, and originally I believe they just emailed everybody on the influencer team months ahead, told us they're going to have an event. I didn't even like the email didn't even tell us what it was necessarily going to be. Some people knew the machines because they'll pick out some people that'll launch certain stuff. So it basically was like an open house where they show you how the machine works. They had different areas, like they had the school stuff, party stuff, baby stuff. So it kind of showed you all the things that you can do using the venture. So that's really what it was. And they actually gave away like 3 ventures, I think, at the event through raffles. But it was really nice.
Yeah, that's so how you feel about going to events like that? Do you think they're a necessity to an influencer or hassle?
I don't think it's a hassle. I do think it's good for meeting and networking other crafters. I do wish I saw more of me there. But in the crafting industry, I think that it's now growing, which is taking a little too long. And that's kind of part of where I wanted to be a company too and not just a creator, because anybody I'm going to work with is going to be so people can see more of us. I created a page. It was just too much to run, so I put it on hold. It was the CraftPrint community. So a lot of these craft pages, I don't know if you see, they repost other crafters and kind of help them get somewhere. But again, I didn't see a lot of us being reposted on those things either. So I created a page where we had that. So we would repost and it helped people get followers, orders, and things like that. It was just a lot to run that page with my page and everything I had going on. I might bring it back. But I do feel within this industry, it's not enough representation. I feel like some companies definitely are trying, but when you look around, it's really not enough.
Right. So what do you think do you have any ideas on what we can do as a collective to bring more awareness to us?
Okay, so my take on that is different from most people. So a lot of people will reach out to companies or like give them ideas what they need to do. I don't feel like that's my answer. My answer is for me to build up my people. Like, I'm going to create, like, I'm not going to say try. I'm going to build my company where I can promote other crafters, where I can use other crafters like myself as influencers and things like that. So for me, it's not a lot of, we got to be included. For me, it's no, we're going to make it for ourselves. So I don't necessarily feel like, oh, we have to make sure they do this. I don't got time for that. Like, I shouldn't have to make sure of that. So I feel like we could build that for ourselves.
Right.
So staying on to the same thing, but kind of shifting off, how do we approach this, the internet more? What advice would you give to someone to help be noticed more?
To be noticed more?
Yes.
I think with a lot of people, they don't know like how to post or what to do, and they're a little bit impatient. I would say I've seen a lot of impatience. So like I said, 9 years I've been posting. When I started posting, it was crap. Dark pictures, the product wasn't even that good. But what I do till this day is I research every day. Like, I find other people whose stuff I want my page to look like, or I want to grow my business similar to, and pay attention to what they're doing. Like, what lighting are they using? How are they doing their videos? How are they editing? I follow other pages that show me how to create reels. So what people have to do is, like, you can't get stuck in your way it is frustrating, but not being recognized means you're doing something wrong. Like, try another approach. Start taking better pictures, more videos, putting yourself out there more. I think a lot of people want to see us more. Just not necessarily Black people, your face.
Right.
It can't just be a product all the time. Who are you? Maybe we're similar. I've had people who came and was like, girl, you from Guyana? Me too? I'm following. Oh, you from the Caribbean? I'm following. You're Black? I'm following. You from Brooklyn? I'm following. Because they're learning about me more than my products. They're coming for me. They're sticking around because it's entertainment. They feel like when I see you do it, I could do it. And that helps me to keep going. So showing up more in your space, regardless of what it is you're doing or what you're selling. Like, show yourself more. Don't give up. Like, I know people, I say consistency, and people think 1 month. That's not consistency. Like, they get tired after a month. Oh, I've been posting for a month and I didn't grow. Well, I just told you I've been posting almost 9 years for me to get here. So
Right.
consistency is continually doing that till you see that growth. If you really want it, like if you really want it.
Period.
Shondell, you've been very, very consistent, and I didn't know exactly what number episode, but I did find out yesterday. But I'm gonna let you disclose today. You about to reach how many episodes?
I'm
And
gonna hit 100 the first week of December for crafting and chatting, and that's a live crafting show that I do on Instagram.
How often you do that and when?
So I started off every Friday, but then it got to be a lot, and I do every other Friday. So, but for the rest of this year, I'm going back to every Friday just to make sure I hit that 100th episode within 2023.
For sure. Which is big. That's a big deal.
that's a huge deal.
Thank you. I didn't even notice. Like, I just was counting one day. And that's because, and I think not paying attention too much to the numbers can stress you the hell out.
Yes.
So it was me just enjoying doing it. I started crafting and chatting because we were just on live and people were saying like they're afraid to go on live. And I'm like, no. I was afraid I could do it. You know what? I'll start doing it with y'all and get y'all comfortable so we could all get to where we have to go. And that show came from wanting to help other crafters. One, we're teaching different projects for free and people are getting comfortable. Like, I think more than half of the people that come on with me either never went live or they're scared to go live. And then I don't make it where only large people can come on. It doesn't matter. If you're willing to teach something for free, come with me and let's do it live on Instagram.
Period.
Thank you.
9 years is a long time.
It is.
On Instagram, and I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot of stuff come and go. Thinking back that far, if you can, what's one thing that changed for you throughout this entire time since the beginning, other than your presence?
Stop worrying about people liking you. I think when I started, I did focus on that. Stop trying to be perfect or trying to make my page look perfect. And like literally do the products that are best for you or create steps that works for you. Like sometimes you think I need to have like every color option so people could buy from me. That's more stress for you. So work with maybe 3 colors or 3 options of something that you have so that you're not that stressed. I realized that as I grew, like people, I would say not more people. There were a few people that enjoyed talking to me, being around me, stuff like that on social media. But once I started growing or going past them and stuff like that, it was like, all right, I'm done with her. Or just for some random reason. And at first I used to be like, I wonder why they don't talk to me or they're not following me anymore. And after I'm like, why the hell do I care? I mean, I do have a strong support system, so I don't have to worry about that. But even if you don't waste your time worry about who like you, who don't like you. Like, focus on what you're here to do. And that's it. Everybody is not going to like you. Like, I feel like I'm the most likable person in the world. So for some other people not to like me, they're crazy. But it just can't happen. Everybody doesn't like everything. So stop trying to impress people. Stop worrying about who like you. Literally come out and be you. I think that's what helped me grow more. Because when I was first posting, it was literally just a cake topper, a cupcake topper, just stuff, the items. Like I was just like selling. It was like a home shopping network, I guess, for people. But once I started showing up, doing funny things in the reels, showing my personality, different things like that, the growth really changed.
That's one thing that's hard for me. Like as far as a personal here, I'm like a duck in water, but otherwise, like as a personal thing, it's hard for me to relate my personality to camera. You have any tips for me and other people like me to do that?
Don't give a damn. Don't give a damn. Do not care. If we try to figure out like a way to get people to like us on camera, then we're gonna have to like fake it. So it's like you gotta build yourself up. You gotta figure out what personality to show. No, come on and be you. There's gonna be people that's probably like, this this shit ain't for me. I'm out. Bye.
Right.
You got to think bye. You're not the person for me. So when you when you start not caring and just be you, the people that end up following you will be the people that's going to support you. Because that one person who probably said, "Oh, I'm leaving because she cursed," then you wasn't going to buy from me and stick around and support me. You didn't really care. So if it's going to make people unfollow you, those are not the people who meant to follow you.
Period.
So literally come on, and you have to like really don't care. I'm me. Today, guys, I'm coming here and I'm talking to y'all about this, and that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to joke. We're going to do. I know that me opening up more and being me has scared people off. I know it has. But for me, it's good riddance. What are you here for? You don't like me? That's me. You don't like me, then you have to go. You have to really get to a point where you don't care. Because the people that are going to like, that who actually really care and like you, they're going to stick around. And you want a community. I tell people all the time, like we love followers. It is helpful. But more than just followers, you need to build a community. Because right now, when I make this switch, my community supports me. So it's like, all right, girl, we doing what you doing. If it's just a follower and they're like, oh, I just wanted to see you make cakes, I'm out of here. They're not going to stick around because they were just following for like one specific reason. So if they don't like you, too bad. You come on the live. When I used to go live, there was like nobody. I would call my sister like, girl, jump on this live so I don't look stupid. It's happened. Or I used to be like, go on my page and like comment on my post or give it like one like. Nobody used to pay attention to me. But I kept going. Like I didn't care. I just kept going and I'm here. I feel like I haven't done enough for me, but I'm going to. But be yourself.
Period.
If you don't like it, they just gotta shove it. That's it.
Shondell, that's one relatable thing. And my brother always tell me over here, don't worry about what people think. Don't bring the Michael T's, bring Mike T's to the party. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
He's just saying, you know, what you saying, reinforcing, and it's universal. I keep hearing it. So it's definitely a winning strategy. I gotta ask, that one machine behind you that's blinged out with the craft print.
There's actually two. You just can't see the other one, but I did blink two.
How long did that take?
40 hours.
One by one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're one by one, by hand. Yeah. But I spread it out over the course of a month, and it took 40 hours altogether. So that was like one of the ideas that just popped in my head. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So some nights, like I'll do 1 hour, put it in the closet. I didn't come back for maybe 3 or 4 days, and I took my time, and I love it. And now everybody's blinging their crickets too. At first, a lot of people thought it was stupid. She wasted her time, but y'all was all watching. And the best part is my name is on it. So as much as, even if you shared it to your cousin, it was like, look at this dummy wasting bling. You still saw the craft print, and you know who made it. Like y'all could not post this machine without people knowing who made it. So
period.
Do what you gotta do.
Period. So is it functional or is just for?
I made it where it's not. You can like go around the circles and make sure that the buttons can be pressed, but I threw that glue on there. Them things is glued shut.
Yeah, I heard that. They look good though, that's for sure.
Thank you kindly.
So, you know, we had a history. We used to mess with the cricket users. I don't do that no more because y'all are like real people. Yeah, y'all are really
real people. Let me tell you something. The cricket people are like gangs. They're like a mob. They don't play.
For real.
I don't
we know.
I
don't play about my crickets. I don't play about my crickets.
Yeah, I got threatened. My life was I was fearing for my life and everything.
You know, that's a move to a whole other state.
Yeah, they was like,
we're deep.
Don't watch you. Because y'all always bashing cricket people.
And if you tell me something bad about the cricket, I'm gonna be wrong and strong. I don't care. So
wrong is strong.
Look.
You don't like it, then you don't buy it. You don't like the cricket, don't use it. That's it.
Hold on. Let me ask you this question: how you just gonna put your hand on your hip and you sitting down? How you just gonna put your hand on your hip and you sitting down? Look, she got real fears of you.
Wrong is wrong. He can't tell me nothing wrong about it.
Yeah, I'm just, we don't do that. I love cricket. Shout out to the cricket, man. Cricket, come talk to us, man. You love.
And let me tell you something. I love cricket's market. Like I pay attention. I tell people that too. Like, whether you don't want to stay an influencer or you don't want to work with companies, like try it out. Because one thing for me, I walked away with from Cricut. There was another cardstock company I worked with, like being on their design team. I saw how they functioned and made that work. So take that information and make it work for you. So, and also that's another thing where you're saying where we could change. There's so many ways that people are like, there's always an argument over like these large companies using small creators to make content when they have we could utilize small creators too, even though we're small.
Right.
Like you can create your own influencers, get your own influencer team, like speak to people you know in the industry, even if you're giving them product to post, like all of these things that the big companies are doing, we could do it too. I don't know about anybody else, but I know I will. Like we can do the same thing, and that is all help with growth. And you're not using like you ahead of time. Let people know what you can and cannot afford. Maybe if it's free product, maybe they'll do something for you. But we can utilize each other to help each other grow too.
That part.
Right. That's great advice right there. Let's put this on pause right quick. There's a bunch of comments over here. They love you in these comments.
Yes, you brought the crowd. Appreciate everybody tapping in.
I love it, but Cameo is where it's at.
Right. Team. Yeah, I like. We rock cameos over here, but we love Cricut. We love you, Cricut.
We're all in the crafting family. Don't start.
There we go.
It's like siblings. You'll fight each other, but let somebody from another industry come in and talk about crafters, then we're gonna get together and go after.
Real serious.
Siblings.
Serious business.
We're gonna take them out.
They got a new. She said Cricut got a new announcement on
Tuesday. See, listen, Christmas is coming. Everybody getting their products out.
Oh yeah.
Just to make sure we have them on our Christmas list. And that's another thing. Y'all paying attention? They making their announcements a couple months before Christmas.
Yeah.
Let's go. You need introduce a new product. Same thing.
So Caesar made an announcement, or they got something coming this Christmas too? I believe. Is it Caesar?
See?
Yeah.
See, designed by Ivy Rose at Team Cricut. That's how they do though. Like the Cricut people. Like,
yeah, they get in here. It's Cricut City, like all the way down. Cricut.
We used to mess with the Cricut people. They'd be like banging on us, like it was like the Crips and Bloods was in it joining something. Like, I'm sorry, I won't say it no more about nobody.
But very serious.
How about GraphTech? GraphTech is a good company. I think that I don't know a lot about GraphTech. I have some friends. You know, we got a lot of good friends and stuff that use GraphTech. But typically, what I see is GraphTech. A lot of them use it for bigger projects. You know, versus
Cricut, Silhouette, Brothers, Caesar.
Yeah,
they cater more to crafters and then like small businesses.
Right.
They did say our cameos be loud though, and it sound like it's killing something out back.
Yeah, it's like a dying moose or something. I was very shocked.
Hold on, look though. See, you
like, what is happening here? What was happening here? It was very loud. Very.
A dying moose.
Listen, right? But she trying to start stuff right now. I'm gonna be good.
I'm gonna be on my best behavior.
But she trying to start stuff. She trying to start beef and stuff on
it's
this.
Just a little loud. That's it. Just a tad bit loud. I was told Caesar actually last night. There was Caesar people was about to kill me because they said they're the best, and that machine it's more quiet, it's faster, it's better.
Patrick. Where you at, Patrick? I know you, Patrick. Whenever you watch this, all right, we telling folks about it. It's quiet. Come on down.
So, in other words, Patrick Ali Official on Instagram. Y'all go tag Patrick Ali Official on Instagram and say, "Give Squad Creative Podcast a couple of them."
Patrick Ali. I can't see the comments that they're commenting from your channel.
It's your crowd. They didn't tell us.
I don't see Patrick, but I'll follow.
Nah, we're just talking to Patrick. Patrick is a friend of the show. He's over at Caesar. But y'all go over there and tag Patrick Ali on Instagram. Patrick_Ali_official on Instagram.
Have people harassing poor Patrick.
Yeah, tell Patrick Squad Creative Podcast need a couple of Romeos sent over
Yeah,
here, man, so
right.
we can continue talking highly of them, man.
Right.
You know, I'm just being humble right now. But that's
So when you're posting, are you tagging the companies and using their hashtags?
Of course, I do.
Yeah, I don't do as much stuff as I used to as far as like the business myself. I've been like focusing on this. I was sick a couple years ago, so my focus has kind of changed. So I don't do a lot of stuff as far as t-shirts and all that stuff as much. Like I sit in here and do crafts. I be crafting at home and stuff, but I don't even record it no more. Like I just did I've been customizing shoes and all type of stuff, and I don't record it. It's just something I do as therapy because I'm in the house. But
you still should. You still
And we
should,
gonna bring
and
that
just
back.
promote the podcast through that content too.
But see, I might be sitting here with some chicken stains on my shirt.
Post it.
Some macaroni that fell on my shirt,
Post it.
and I'm sitting on the couch.
Post it. 9 times out of 10, most of us are. We just ain't saying it. People just ain't saying
Right.
it. The relatable stuff,
Right.
that's what people want to see. People are tired of the perfection. And I tell people, all the time,
That's real.
on my page, you see the picture of this. But if I swing the camera around, and I usually do, it's like a tornado hitting here. And I show that on my page as well. Like, don't think that perfect aesthetic. It'd be one corner. And a lot of the people who refuse to show the real mess, it's the same thing. It'd be one little corner, or people will say, I'm so jealous of your craft room. This is not even a craft room. This is my apartment, and I decided I don't need a living room. Nobody needs to come over here. I don't need no company. And I turned my living room into the craft room. So it's not like a whole separate craft room. It's a part of the house that I just use to put all my craft stuff. So people want to hear that too. Because they just automatically assume, girl, you in the house? No, I'm on the 4th floor in an apartment in Brooklyn.
Right.
And just turn the living room into a craft room. So people want to see that because most of us are doing that nonsense. Or just post that. I haven't been paying attention to the posting because I'm doing the podcast. Like, people, they want to see it. And it could be the simplest thing. I know sometimes people think you have to pull out your phone, set it up, record the whole process. My content that does way better, it'll be, I walked out of the hallway, out of the elevator with a box and put a sound behind it. Right. That did well. People be sitting at a desk and just writing and put a nice trending sound behind it. That did well. I did a video explaining that these crickets, I can cut them on the bookshelf because of the way I set it up. And that did amazing because a lot of people didn't think I should, because there's holes drilled behind them. I just had the slots cut where you can't see it from the front because I didn't want to see it. But all of these bookshelves, they're pulled to the front so it's not pushed up against the wall. So there's a space back there so the mats could go back and cut. And then right here, see, it's cut. That's a hole.
Okay.
So I could turn them on while on the bookshelves and put it in there. They're cutting and doing their thing right where they're stored. And that did amazing. Like, I think it's probably at 120,000 views by now. Just explaining to people something. So the content doesn't have to be complicated at all.
That was a great idea, huh?
Sound advice.
I see. What's her name? Where I say that? Pretty party and crafty said I need to holler at Run in HPN. So we just had Jared from HPN on here about 2 weeks ago. Y'all can check that out. And then that actually interviewed us. So we got an interview coming with HPN. Y'all check that out too.
Press Nation.
I have the mint green heat press I bought from that. I want the mug press. I don't know the tumbler press. I don't make tumblers, but I'm one of those crafters that see things and just feel like I need to have it.
You too?
Yes, definitely.
I gotta highlight this one comment, y'all. Imagine running
8 cameos at the same time.
And Gina, I don't know.
Somebody that does it.
She does it. She does it. It ain't
no.
She
What's her name?
Andrina.
Yeah. She's dope. I seen that. She had 8 of them going. Yeah, I seen that.
Shondell, you are
to be on here.
The title of this episode or this podcast is The Life of a Crafter. It should have been titled The Life of a Craft Mentor because you have been chopping since you came on here. As far as you correcting everybody, so that cut size changed on that Cricut, and it got a little bit bigger.
How big can y'all cut now?
How big can y'all cut?
24 by 28 inches.
Oh, really? The Cricut?
But that's a bigger machine. On this one, it's I think it's like 18 inches or something like that. Honestly, I don't pay attention as much anymore because again, my focus has been something totally different.
Your people love you.
I hope that wasn't trying to be another jab at the Cricut.
No, they cut bigger than baby shirts nowadays. They used to only cut baby shirts and stuff. But she's definitely our mentor. Your people love you over there.
And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because I'm honest with people, and I'm helpful. That's it. There's no like secret sauce. I'm very honest and I'm very helpful, and that is where the community came from. Like if they ask me questions, I go live. I'm answering. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to send you somewhere else. If I feel like y'all ask me what I'm putting out, if it's something I don't want to talk about, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna make up a story.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna talk about it right now, guys. They know about my children. They know about my dating life. Like we talk a little bit of everything, and you don't have to give that much. So I talk a lot, but there's also a lot people don't know about me. But I also give myself. So it's to a point where people, my younger son, they already know his attitude. They like, girl, what time are you doing today? So you build that relationship with your community, and they're gonna show that love back. Honest to God.
Really?
And they are shown.
I gotta admit, like my process is different than Mike T's because he studies people. I go in blind, and I don't know a lot about you. I went through your page because he just like last week he was like, man, we got the craft print next week, and I looked at your page a little bit, but it's part of my process because I don't want to go in knowing stuff. I want to be just as shocked as and all as the people in the audience. You know what I mean? So it's like really, really hearing your story is pretty dope. Like I'd be the one you communicate with in the DM and all that stuff. That's me, but in the little clips and stuff, I do that part of stuff. But Mike T's is the studier. You know, my partner, he know everybody and their mama. I be on Instagram and he's like and everything say like I be like, this man know everybody, you know, but like it's dope, like really getting down to the nitty-gritty of your story. I just skimmed through the page and did a little research, so I wasn't just like you know, like, oh, you use a Cameo and you only do socks, you know what I mean? Type of deal to be informed.
You have to say the whole opposite machine too.
You know, but
I get it, and I think that just also like I try to remind people because I don't like try to like brag and boast like, oh, I got this, I got that. I didn't start with none of this. I had like one machine that I bought on a payment plan through Home Shopping Network. I was crafting on the floor. But this is all over years that it was built. I didn't have like a luxury, like I was a teen mom. My sons, I'm 40, I don't even remember, 42. And my kids are 16, 21, 25, and 26. I have 4 boys. So my life wasn't perfect. Like there was struggle. It took me a while to get here. I didn't know what the hell I even wanted out of this. I feel like this year is the first year I figured out exactly what I want to do, what I want out of it. So people want to see that. They don't want to see like maybe the rich person that's showing all that stuff because they can't relate to that. Not saying there aren't other rich people and stuff out there, but the majority of us didn't grow up with mad money to just drop on the machines like that. So letting people know these things about my life, what I, you know, it's relatable. And with that, you feel like it's obtainable also. So you don't have to have it all to get to where you got to go. You just have to have the drive, the discipline. That's the hardest part, the discipline.
Period.
And want to do it. Like, you got to want to do it.
So you said you bought your first machine with the Home Shopping Network, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's like, you can make payments and stuff like that, correct?
Yeah. They break it down into like 4 or 5 payments. You pay the first payment and the tax and the shipping, and they ship that bad boy out to you, and you finish the payments later.
So, for some of these people that think they got to go cash out on the latest everything, can you explain how that helps you and why that being able to do that is important for some of these people that think like that had this rich mentality and beer money?
Because honest to God, we can't all afford it. We can't all afford it. When I started, when I got that cricket, I think it was like I had lost my job. I was living with my sons. I moved back in with my mom. I decided to go back to college with the 4 boys and stuff like that. I didn't have it. And a lot of us don't have it. And there's nothing wrong. Like, even if you feel ashamed, you don't have to tell people. Like, nobody had to know I paid on a payment plan or I didn't have it. I was crafting on the floor. Do what you got to do to get to where you got to get. You don't got to explain it to people. But the reality is a lot of us don't have it. The lifestyle I live now is totally different. But that was me deciding to go back to college. And, like, the same way I bust my behind in crafting, I did the same thing in the healthcare industry to get to where I want to be now, where it's like, if I want to buy a cricket, I can just run off and buy it. But at the time, I didn't. A lot of us can't afford it. Not in this economy, child, it's hard. But make those payments. Don't look at, for instance, me. Don't look at this because you're looking at this 9-10 years later. Buy your whatever you can, even if it's a smaller machine, it's an older version of the machine. Do what you got to do, make what you got to make. As time go on, make sure you put some of that money, even if it's a small amount aside, so that you can get more, get bigger, get better. And it's going to happen. Just don't expect it to happen overnight for you. And it's going to happen.
Wow.
Period. And it's okay to not have everything.
It definitely is.
That's why I asked her to bust that down.
It definitely is. Most of us don't. Some of the people that saying they do, don't.
Yeah, period. Yeah, it's social media got them tricked. But Mike T's had posted over here in this chat, but y'all can't see it. But he wants y'all to drop some hearts in the comments. In the comments over there for Shondell, drop some hearts.
I'm
chat, please, for us.
I'm also gonna read some comments. They've just been flowing. Everybody's giving you praise. Gifted hands by Shauna. Shondell is the truth. She keeps you accountable too.
Nay. Oh yeah, I do keep them accountable, and I like I said, I have my kids very young. So honestly, all I know is to be a mom, and I find myself doing that with people too. So I'll be like, y'all, I told y'all to post. Everybody post today. Like when I'm checking in like I'm mommy, and I think people like that too.
People need to push.
Faking it, like, but I like to hold my followers accountable. Like, we're gonna do it together, and you got to do it. No excuses. Like, it better be somebody better be dying. That's why you ain't do your work. Other than that, you should be doing what you're doing. Every now and then, some of them get yelled at too. Like, but at the end of the day, it's for the greater good. I'm here for us to grow. I could be a little aggressive, but they still love me.
But you know what? That shows the love that you putting yourself.
I enjoy what I do. I really do enjoy what I do.
I can see that though. You got a little bully and you just hold back like at the bodega telling people what to do at the bodega and everything. I can see it.
I be calling my sister like, I know you didn't just post that. You better delete it.
I can see it.
Fix it.
Nay says we don't want a good principal. Laugh out loud. Don Creations giving you your flowers all the time.
Thank you.
I solely quarantine crafts. She loves you. You know, she got the hands.
Oh, I just want to add to it. A part of pushing people, there are people out here who don't want to see people grow. So that's the issue. Like, I love when I see other people get somewhere.
Yes.
It can be annoying when you see people like literally follow you every step and like literally do what you do. That can be annoying, but I try not to stress it. For me, my outlet is I'm gonna come online and then I'm gonna complain to my sister about something I don't like. But then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do what we gotta do, and I'm gonna support people. But I enjoy seeing other people grow. So me pushing them to do better comes natural, because I'm like that even before the crafting industry with my sisters. Like, I'm pushing you to do better. This is a funny story, and don't judge me. So we're from the Caribbean, right? So in the Caribbean, you're supposed to know how to whine, which is basically dance. It's not twerking, it's like moving your weight. So I used to have a yardstick, and my sisters and their friends, and I used to put on the music, and they had to learn. And if you didn't get it right, like, you get whacked with the yardstick. Like, so even to this day, like, they be joking, like, Shonda, you was crazy. But like, I used to make sure when they went out, like, they go out to parties, everybody got to be coordinated. Your outfits better be nice. Like, I be like, don't go out there embarrassing me. But I've always been like the aggressive teacher, but I want you to get it. I want you to do good, whatever it is you're doing. But I've always been like that aggressive mommy type to everybody, like naturally.
Mhm.
So it comes natural. What I do on social media, it comes natural for me. Like I'm not faking, and people will see that.
Purple by Design said, I get cursed out every
That's
day.
my sister.
I kind of assumed that when
That's one of my sisters.
I kind of assumed that when it popped up, just the timing of it. That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah. I see it though. You ain't hiding it.
I enjoy what I do. That's what it boils down to. I really enjoy
Passion.
what I do, and I enjoy seeing other people like hit their goals, get to where they want to get to. Like I enjoy it. I really do.
So do your people, your sisters and stuff, they all do this too?
No, but they're getting like 2 of my sisters are getting into it. I have 4 sisters. The other 2 not really. One sister, I would say crafting wise, yes, she's now into it. But the rest, no. Purple Box Gems, that's commented. She get cursed out every day. She sells jewelry, and
oh yeah,
I'm just gonna say it right now. I just talked to you about posting, and I don't see nothing. Like get
where you at?
Where guys, I heard the stick is somewhere close.
Yeah, don't ever break that yardstick out on you today, huh? So I want to tell all y'all new people, man, we do this every Thursday. You never know who's going to be here in that seat down there. Tap in, follow Squad Creative Podcast, all the socials, YouTube, all the stuff, and come shake a friend and meet a new friend. You know what I'm talking about? But back to this show, Shondell.
yes.
So what else do you do? What other crafts do you do besides the cake toppers and stuff? What are?
I also make fake cakes. Like so for people who sell cake toppers, you need to take pictures. Because when I started, I used to actually go out and buy cupcakes and stuff like that. Then I found fake ones. And then through crafting and chatting, I've noticed that I like making these fake cakes. So I started making like dummy cakes for people to do their photo shoots with their cake toppers with. I also use the Glow Forge. It'll be once in a blue moon, some signs like the social media signs for you to scan and pay.
So you did like a
like
40. It was like a 40.
The cake topper with the
that was that.
I started putting like bling on that because I find that I didn't see like luxury looking cake toppers too much with the acrylic and the bling, so I wanted to do those, and I love them. People really love those too, and that's part of me just paying attention to what I'm not seeing too much of. And putting my spin on it and selling those products.
Yeah, this is I'm loving this interview right now. You've been dropping heat over here.
Just make sure everybody, when we done, you go to the Instagram page and let everybody know that I was the best guest, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Spam it, What's your shirt say? What's your shirt say?
The craft print. Good playing.
Oh, so some days I use the front of the phone, some days I use the back of the phone. So instead of stressing myself out about it, I created a shirt that's forward and backward. So no matter which side of the phone you're filming, one of them is going to be straight, and you're going to see my name properly.
Damn, that's smart. I might steal that idea. I might
openly tell her you gonna steal it.
I could be that sneak once you like. I seen my stuff on your page.
So that way, there's no stress, there's no headache. Like whichever way you film,
whatever way you look
you're
at it,
gonna see the name the correct way.
Yeah, I saw the name that way. Then I was like, "What is on the bottom?" I couldn't make it out. That's dope. That was a great idea right there.
I see. Rachel gonna come for your throat.
She said she was the best guest.
Rachel, she put it down though.
That's Rachel's unbiased opinion.
Wow. Look, I take all the credit she learns from me.
You know what you do? Just create that reel and be like, the craft print inspired me to bam, make a t-shirt. There goes content. There goes content.
Yeah,
and when it comes to content, like I don't know why, but like literally it just pops in my head. You could just ask me, like Sundays I do content planning with people on YouTube, and they just tell me like whatever it is they're selling, they're doing, and I'll help them figure out different ways to create reels, content, because I think a lot of people have not a problem, but they struggle with figuring out what to post, like how to post, what type of post and stuff like that. But these things like just pop in my head for me, so I don't mind like giving people ideas.
That shirt is dope though.
Let me shift the content real quick.
Okay.
You do a lot of social media influencing, you teaching people how to do it. Aside from just regularly posting, is there like a schedule or a routine that you just follow every day to post, or is there a formula or science to it?
I wish there was. This brain don't function properly like that. So I just like randomly come up with
So it's
stuff.
all random?
A lot of it is random. Some days, like I wake up in the morning or I dreamed about it, I popped in my head and I throw it together. But when I can, I'll sit down. Like because I started the Sundays, I'll sit and try to plan some things out because life is much easier when you kind of plan the content. But sometimes when I plan it, then I scrap the idea. It's like, oh, I don't like it no more, and then randomly come up with stuff. That is something I need to work on because it messes you up with other things you have to do. Like you could get that done, plan it out for a week, have it waiting there, and then focus on other things. But for me, I'm all over the place. So no, I don't have no schedule too much, but I try to like plan out if I can.
So what do you do when these companies approach you? Like as far as do you have like a proposal in place or anything like that? If you don't mind me.
For me, no, I should. So you can usually like pitch companies and let them know like I would like to work with you. This is what I do. Like this is what you have, and they'll work with you. For me, I'm not comfortable with that yet, and I don't know if I'm ever going to be. I think I'm just going to focus on my own business. But the companies that I have worked with, they just reached out to me via email, and that was just off of my content. And I really haven't worked with a lot. I just worked with Cricket and Michaels. I haven't really worked with a lot of brands.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Hold on. You just said you work with Michaels?
Yeah.
On like influencer posting. So they like pay me to post. Also, Pretty Party.
That's not a little thing.
I know you just gonna slide by that though.
You know what it is? I don't know. Like, I think it's maybe, you know how you're kind of raised not to show off. I really think that's what it is. Like, I try not to.
What?
I can't do the like too much of like boasting in people's face. Like, yeah, this is.
That's not boasting.
I don't know. It's just hard for me for some reason.
You just gonna throw that rock and duck though. We ain't leaving that easy. No, look though, right? See, here's the thing, right? We've interviewed like 200 people or better. We've never had anybody on this show say they were sponsored by Michaels. You got to talk about that. That's a big deal.
So in that instance too, they reached out to me. I think I did 2 campaigns. It was only 2 campaigns. They just reached out to me via email and was like, they would like to work with me. They told me they give you like whatever they're working on. If it's like a holiday, stuff like that, and then you tell them your rates. And then they send you either the product or the money to buy the product for the post, and then you post it, and then they pay you whatever your rate is if they agreed on your rates. But I will say that they do have you sign like NDAs and stuff where you're not supposed to talk about how much you made. Yep. But you tell them, and then you can kind of like negotiate if they felt like that's too much. Because there has been a time, I think it was a campaign with Cricket where I had a rate and they were like, no. And I'm like, well, I'll do less. Like, I'm not going to still do the more for less money. I'll do less for less money.
Hell yeah.
Like, you negotiate like that. And then.
Okay.
Hell yeah. She said, I'll do less for less money. That's a t-shirt right there. Hell.
Right. So if someone doesn't like your price, maybe it's the same thing with like products that you sell. Oh, your cake topper is too expensive. Well, I'll take off the glitter and the bling. Maybe you could get plain cardstock for your price, but you're not going to get the same product for the same price.
Period.
And that's in anything. So.
The educated natural. What's going on, Kim?
What up with you, Kim? How you been?
Long time. It's been a long time.
I don't know. My sisters kind of tell me that too. Like, I don't think you realize, because I still I'm shocked when people are like nervous to meet me. I've had people approach me at Michael's, and I'm just like, "Are you crazy? I know you ain't looking at me." Like they were like, "Oh my God, the craft print. Can you take a picture with me?" And I'm just like, who y'all want to meet?
He's a star. Hell, look, see, so that's one thing common with a lot of people on here, man. Like a lot of people just look at themselves as regular people, but the consensus is hardly anybody actually sees himself as a influencer or important in the things that they do in the community type of deal because they're just being them on this camera. But like it's really a big deal for a lot of people, like, you know, to be in the presence of greatness, like, because the feats that y'all are accomplishing is great. This is greatness in the making, history in the making, in reality, you know. And when I say these things, I'm talking to me too, because I joke with my
like you said, you're being yourself. So for you, it's not like something super, because it's for me, it's like me. Y'all understand? It's just me.
Right.
Yeah, but y'all fail to realize that y'all living legends.
Thank you kindly.
I've caught a couple of your lunchtime lives. I don't always comment, but the one where I caught you looking at the screen, that's why I kept spamming like that. Like, I gotta get her on the Squad Creative. I don't know where I was at. I'm like, I'm not gonna stop until she responds. Because I see you see it and it went by like, yeah, nope. And then it just kept coming back. But this is like what we do this for. It's a lot of people that don't know how much they inspire other people. You know what I'm saying? And your presence is shown on camera. You're touching and changing a lot of lives out here. So 100% you are that influencer. 100% you are that person people should be flagging down to take pictures with.
Thank you,
Don't ever underestimate it. Please keep being you and doing everything that you're doing. Now, Maria,
I will keep being my crazy self. I will. Thank y'all.
Solely Quarantine Crafts. Yes, she doesn't understand how amazing she is. Unbiased. 10, what's going on? EJ's Fun Crafting. Thank you for tapping in. Y'all remember we do this every week. I gotta say this with more emphasis. Every week, y'all. Y'all tap in. You know what I'm saying? 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Western. We do this every week. You never know who's gonna be sitting down in that chair down there, like my brother always says.
Oh yeah, well, say it like you mean it, man. Let them know.
What you want me to scream at the camera? You use my right voice, don't you?
Yeah, no, that was good right there, man. That was good. That's what I'm saying, man. Put some pep in your step.
He's a calm one. He's a calm one.
Nah, you don't just say it like you about to go. Please subscribe. please follow Squad Creative Podcast.
He's winding down.
It's 8:03 over here, sir.
I'm sorry about your luck, buddy. Yeah, it is. He is more laid back than I am, though. I need this comment read right here, though, because this is serious. The first time I went to meet her, I stood in my car for half an hour before meeting her. Laughed my MAOOs. Look, see, that's real right there. That just show you like the love. It's real love out here.
I love them back. I do.
It's real love.
I think you gotta love what you do. Period. There is no other way for you to be years down the line or years of not seeing consistency and still holding on if you don't enjoy it. Now, they say like if you do what you love, you're not working. That's a damn lie. You're gonna work regardless. It's gonna feel like work. You're just gonna keep going because you love it. Like no matter what, it's gonna be work. Even if you love it, it's work. It's hard work. It's stressful work. You're gonna cry in the shower and then come back and act like nothing happened. It's gonna happen, but you're going to stick to it because you actually love what you're doing.
Naturally, yes.
Yeah.
If it was that say it like you want that last chicken thigh, Mike. Period.
That's where it's gonna get involved.
Yeah, man. Hold on, we got another one down here. Let's see what that say. I appreciate y'all doing this interview with Shondell and how y'all have a new follower. Appreciate you for following. Appreciate you for
Hey,
tuning
Sammy. Hey,
in.
Betty.
Thank you.
Does any of the children help, Shondell?
So
My boys are quiet. They don't get involved. They just come when I need them to do something. They don't pay me no mind.
Okay.
They don't. But I'll tell you though, they'll tell anybody in a heartbeat that I'm the best though. I tell you that much. Like they'll tell people everywhere they go, they be like, yeah, make sure people know, like if they need something, my family will promote the hell out of the craft print. They'll want, and my sons, they learn, like my two older, the 25 and 26-year-old, they know how to use these crickets. Like they could use these crickets better than some of the female crafters. Like people don't even believe it. They know to, like, I can send them in Michael's and they know the aisles to go in to get the stuff. Like they do what they gotta do to help me, but it's not their thing. But they'll be here when I need them though.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So I just want to respond to that comment. So she said, appreciate you for coming on here telling Shondell. So one thing about Squad Creator Podcast, what we do is we stalk people's profiles. Straight up, straight down.
Yeah.
But we find people that have a story. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you're big, I don't even want to put no size on it, but I don't care if you in the bedroom or you in the boardroom. That's my slogan. I always say, from the bedroom to the boardroom. You might got 200 followers or you might got 2 million followers. But if you have a story to tell, we want to be there to help you tell it. You know, and Mike T's discovered her. He turned me on to her, like I said, and like I'm hella glad that we got this interview because it's been a dope interview. I can't lie about that. And there's been a lot of heat in this interview. We see the love that you get from your people and all that. Everybody showed up for you and all the stuff. We just, man, we here to give flowers because flowers are doing this industry. And then just, you know, there's other podcasts that you see or whatever amongst the crafters in the t-shirt business, but there's none like us. It's real.
And this is another way of us, like, not necessarily showing the craft industry that we need to be around. It's us doing it ourselves. Like,
period.
Large, like the real big people, like there's not a lot of us, and you're gonna hardly see a lot of us. Don't try to, like, for me, don't force companies and people to include, like, we could create it.
Period.
This is another example. I'm live and I help you. That's another example. And you don't need, like he said, a lot of followers. There's all the people that are here, like, you could do the same. You don't have to even wait on us or somebody else. Help out other crafters. Help other crafters spread the word. Encourage them, whatever. Like, it's us that have to build that up.
Yeah, you'll see. It'll be one person in the audience, but we're gonna perform like it's a million every time. You know, just,
exactly.
You know,
singing, chicken jokes, the seriousness, all of that. We might even get into a little baby argument, but we are.
Yeah, we do that from time to time. You guys are definitely for the crafting community. Salute. Appreciate you, T-shirt man, Lowe's.
What up, Lowe's?
Yeah, man.
Shondell, where else can we find you aside from Instagram? Like, if we want to purchase, if we want to talk to you, where can we find you at?
So I'm literally almost everywhere. I'm on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. Somebody stole my Facebook, so I gotta, like, redo my whole Facebook. They got in there and took over my page. But every other, definitely, if you need to contact me, I think email is the best way. shondell@thecraftprint.com. If it has to do with anything, like, really important. The DMs get crazy, and sometimes I just avoid them. It's too much as time goes. But I'm the craft print everywhere. Like, anywhere you want to find me, Threads, even on Billy on there too. Everything is the craft print. And that's just a reminder to everybody else. Stay consistent with the name everywhere you go. Like, you don't want to have to say, go to Facebook. I'm shondell@thecraftprint _ I don't know. But keep everything consistent and just tell people I'm everywhere as the craft print.
I don't know, my hands is going the wrong way, but I'm pointing at him.
Keep everything consistent all around. So TikTok, I'm getting a little better. Like, I think with TikTok, I have not been showing up as myself like I do on Instagram. So that might be the issue with TikTok, but I'll get there sometime. It's just a lot to juggle.
It is. Full time.
Yeah. It's a lot.
They love you. I'm telling you, I'll stick beside her no matter what adventure she takes us on. Real talk, I feel it.
And that's the example of a community compared to followers. That's
Period.
That's
Period.
it.
I need you to come
What's
on.
this? What's
You
that
gotta
one
be
more?
here.
The TikTok. Yeah, I gotta ease my way back into TikTok. One day I was live on TikTok. That was my first live. I got kicked off and banned, and all I was doing was crafting. So we'll see. I gotta slowly come back.
Look,
You said, when she have a beehive like Beyonce, we just play glue gun. Yeah.
hey, y'all help me with my TikTok too. I just want to go live one time. I haven't had the pleasure of even going live on TikTok.
How many followers you have on TikTok?
858, and then it was at one point it was like 899, then it dropped down to 732. So I'm in, a rough spot.
Yeah. See, you see.
We're gonna have to share Mike T so we can get everybody to follow on TikTok so he gets to 1K.
Mike T's 223 TikTok. Come on, y'all.
Oh, my glue gun emoji. So we tried to do so we had like a little theme going on for the craft print where like how people would tell you drop hearts or flowers. So we was trying to find a glue gun. So the emoji is like a green water gun, but then people started getting flagged from Instagram because they thought it was like intimidation, like they put the dirt in the stories. But yeah, so glue guns is usually my thing. I also make glue gun earrings. I think I still have those up. So I make glue gun earrings.
Okay.
And glue gun was the thing until Instagram thought we was trying to kill somebody. So you can't put too many glue guns anywhere anymore.
How in the world? Stupid. Yeah, that is silly. But
because they replaced, it used to be a real gun, like a silver gun, the emoji, and they replaced it with the green one. So to them, they're registering a gun. There is no glue gun emoji, so they're not thinking glue gun. They thinking people are putting guns in my stories. So
wow.
Yeah, she got flagged. Solely Quarantine Crafts got flagged by Instagram.
Wow. That's crazy.
All right, Andrina's really good on TikTok too.
Yeah, I see her. I'll be in there.
And she's almost at 100K. So if there's anybody else here on YouTube, she's almost at 100K. She's getting close.
Andrina, you ready to come on? We scheduling you in October. If you ready.
I told her to come on.
She lived right down the street from me. We're walking.
Really? Andrina is another good one with a big community too. She definitely needs to come on.
Oh, she from Ken?
She's somewhere from around here. I think, North Ken. She in North Ken. Like we literally right down the street from each other.
How you spell her name? What's her name? I'm about to look.
I
see it.
But Shondell, for the record. Shondell, for the record. Did I get your name right today the whole time?
Shondell? Yeah, Shondell. Mm-hmm.
I got it right the whole time?
Yeah, it's Shondell.
I'm celebrating after this live. You know what I'm saying? Cake on Mike tonight, you know what I mean?
You've been messing up people's names?
Oh, I'm King Butcher. It don't be on. I don't do it on purpose. It just be like, I don't know. Like,
just and they'll tell them too. You'll be like, my name is.
Andrina said when she's live, you have to comment so that she could tell people to follow you on TikTok.
Okay. All right. Most definitely.
And so Mike T's will go, you'll go, hi, I'm Shondell. My name is Shondell. He'll go, Shondell. Shondell.
It's the Ken accent, okay? We got an accent over here.
Oh my god.
T-shirt man Low said Mike is a professional butcher. You know me.
Thanks, Betty. I do have I don't know how, but I have been getting a lot of crafters, like not just the Caribbean. I know my Caribbean people rep me too.
Oh yeah.
In other, like I've seen people in Africa. Somebody came on in Italy, and I'm just like, what? But my the Caribbean islands, they rep me hard too. I love you guys.
Okay, definitely do that.
Go ahead, Andrina.
Send me a link to her page too, Mike. I want to check her out.
Okay.
Before the year is, I think she's gonna. I don't even know where she's at now on YouTube, but she's definitely gonna hit 100K.
That's dope. See, like I
She's
feel
at-
left behind right now because I'm not like Mike T's. Mike T's know everybody and mom. I be scrolling on Instagram and just
We
every
ain't gonna.
post-
But that's what make
No.
y'all good though. That's what
No,
make y'all good
no.
because I'm the person that be in everything. Like my sister be like, "How do you even know all this information?"
yeah,
I'm having my eyes and my ears open.
yeah,
But you don't have to be because he is that for you.
Yeah.
But see, I'm the thing with him. Like the difference where we differ is like I find the people on TikTok, he find them on IG. That's where we do differ. I like TikTok more than I like Instagram, to be honest.
I didn't forget my Canada people. Don't worry, Dons.
Instagram don't like me much. It don't
That's
like
how I feel
me.
about TikTok. Like I don't know.
I try to
TikTok
post. I'm sorry.
Me and TikTok don't get along too much.
See, I'm all right over there on TikTok, but I'm
He
trying
don't
to
go
post.
live though. He don't go live.
I don't go live on nothing. I don't go live on nothing.
I feel like TikTok definitely like that's where the people go is going live, and I don't.
Yeah.
Live over there.
I don't know, man. I don't feel like my life is that exciting to where I gotta
That's
go
how
live
you
every
feel.
time.
That's how you feel.
And you could
That's
talk
what I
about
just
what
did.
is going on.
I know. I don't know. I'm
No,
honestly,
see, we giving you answers, you giving us excuses. Stop.
No, I ain't no excuse. I'm telling the truth, man. I'm testifying. I'm in court right now, snitching on myself. I don't care. Look, I just don't. I be on this camera every week, but I don't know. I'm hella private, to be honest. Even though I be on
go on TikTok and act like you on here. I'm telling you that, but I don't even do it. But I'm just saying, go on TikTok and act like you on here.
So you can't be declining folks neither, see?
I don't remember that. I declined it. But see, too, like if I don't remember I don't remember you inviting me. But if you did, I probably a lot of time I just I be having gravy stains on my shirt and shit or whatever. You know, I don't know.
This is what you do. You just keep a clean T-shirt somewhere because I work from home for my job, and I be in here in pajamas and whatever. But as soon as I hear like we about to have a meeting, there's a shirt on the side. I throw on real quick. So just have something on the side ready for you.
I don't even comb my hair. Like, look at my hair. Look, I don't even comb my hair. Like,
Doug creations.
Without even having to go live. That's right, Betty.
Hold on.
But I'm gonna get better at TikTok. I will.
I don't know. I'd go live over there every blue moon. I don't know. I don't want to be an influencer though. It's not my desired thing.
But you know what? Going live doesn't necessarily mean you have to be an influencer. You're just showing people a little bit more about you to get them to either come over to the podcast or buy something, whatever it is. You do not have to be an influencer. So when people are live, it doesn't mean they're influencing necessarily, you know?
True.
So you can just go live for whatever purpose you want. You don't have to like try to I don't look for like brand deals or anything. Like that's not even my reason to go live. So you want people to come to the podcast, go live and talk about it. Talk about maybe the different people that came on, things that you learned from the people that came on, and telling them about that. Y'all should come because this person taught me this and this person taught me that, and we had fun doing this. So it doesn't have to be like you trying to get them to do anything. You're just bringing them to the podcast. Really.
Right. I feel like I don't know. I lost my whole train of thought.
That's because you was making up some lie.
Yeah, I probably was.
You was making up an excuse. That's all that was.
That probably was.
The excuse just didn't come quick. Because I gave you the answer. He's trying to dispute it, but nothing came up. So just go on, talk about the podcast. That's all that you got to do.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea because I spend a lot of time in the house by myself too. Like I should.
AI crafter.
And I can go live over there. I got enough followers to go live, more than enough.
You should.
So before we get out, I gotta ask this, and I just seen it. So shouts out to you. Oh Lord, I'm gonna just say Beatty. Is that Betty or Betty? Beatty at the end.
Betty.
Betty. Okay, Betty. Yeah, that part. How do you feel about AI?
I feel like it's the sign of the time that it happens. Like things change. I
Yeah.
honestly have not used it for anything, but I do see me eventually using it. It's like it's life. The older generation never liked the new things coming in. So at first it's like, what is this? Like everything is being done for you. It's stupid. But when you think about it, like that's the direction we're going in. And I haven't used it for anything, but people have told me things I could use it for. I'm going to eventually. Like sometimes you just got to go with the flow.
Period. It's
I do feel a little bit like a granny. Like, what is this nonsense? Like all these young kids. But it's the sign of the times, man. I'm gonna use it though. I am. It's helpful. Yeah. I feel like people shouldn't use it for everything. But I do feel like it could be helpful.
Alexis, are you listening? This is not to. She was showing me how to use ChatGPT. I'm like, this thing could write a whole book for you. She was like, yeah.
I literally just did that last night.
What? A book?
In like 10 minutes.
Jesus.
Literally.
On Amazon?
Probably. I just told it what I wanted to talk about, and then so it wrote the whole book, 15 chapters, and then I'm gonna just go in and edit it and put it in my voice.
Gosh.
Wow.
Take out what I like, put in what I don't. It took me 10 minutes, 15 chapters.
Also, I think people shouldn't be afraid of it, like, because a lot of people like, oh, it's gonna replace. It's gonna do a lot, but at the end of the day, you think AI could replace this? Like our personalities and how we're talking and relate. That's never gonna happen. So I don't think people should like be too afraid, but it is the sign of the time, like growth. That's the direction we're going in.
That it is.
Sometimes the brain don't be working right. Right. I really be turning everything into content planning. I don't know why. It's just me.
It's a good thing to do. But you said you've been on Instagram for 9 months, or 9 years.
Yeah.
9 years. You serious? You mean business?
Yeah, I love it. I'm sticking with it. I know that I wanted to grow, and also sometimes you don't know what you're doing because I think I changed things I'm doing 3, 4, 5 times probably. 1 minute I'm decorating parties, the next minute I'm doing just small items. 1 minute I'm working for just party planners. Then that got to be too much, and then I'm selling on Etsy. So just go with the flow. It'll change up. And I never would have guessed where I'm at today. I would have been when I first started. I thought I was just coming to sell a few cake toppers. That's it.
And look at you now, famous. Famous.
Girl, you famous. You famous.
I just need the famous money and we good.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, look,
I'm trying to tell you.
You could train it to match your tone.
Yeah, I seen who was that? T-shirt Millionaires was doing that, wasn't he? With
the
AI?
Yeah, he was making a voice, or it sounds just like you, but it's in a cartoon version of you.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of stuff like that out there. 11 Labs, that voice you see a lot of people using 11 Labs, and I've done that. I've done a lot of stuff with AI, honestly.
See? She said the AI stuff can't be copyrighted, so she's hesitant to use it. Exactly, you can't claim that as yours once you use the AI to generate that stuff. Legally, if you want to trademark and copyright, it can't be done.
Imagine putting all of that time and money into something like that and then not being able to trademark or copyright it, and it blew up to the tens of millions.
But the thing is, you don't put a lot of time into it. It's not a lot of time. It's literally seconds, minutes. It don't take. It's not a lot of time. It's not a lot of money, man. It's just another tool in the tool belt, as they say.
Or use it for something simple like maybe captions, listings.
I do that a lot.
Description of your listings. I'm horrible with writing, creative writing to describe. I'm just gonna be this is my cake topper. It's cute. Come buy it. I can't describe it to people. So I usually Fiverr, the app. I usually pay a freelancer off of Fiverr to write the description.
Yeah, Chat GPT. That's what I do.
Is that the one
Like
with the
my
brain?
T-shirt website. Like I'll put
Thanks,
that
Andrina.
in
I
there.
made all of those cakes. That's over here. They're all fake cakes that I made.
That's pretty
Looking
dope.
delicious.
That's pretty dope. Fake cakes to sell your cake toppers. Smart as hell.
Thank you. Actually, another crafter,
Right.
she was on here. I don't know if she's still here. Peep this, y'all. Her whole
Yeah.
YouTube is teaching you how to make fake stuff, like fake cakes, fake cookies, everything. And she came on crafting and chatting, and she's the one that showed me. Peep this, y'all.
I saw her over there in the comments.
Yes.
Wow.
And just a reminder again, if y'all are not subscribed to everybody that's here, make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to both channels.
Please do. Please do.
This is it's been fire. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna tell him, man, we here every Thursday. Just we gonna run that back. We here every Thursday. You never know who's gonna be in that scene.
Oh, I gotta say it like this last
Tell a friend, you know.
We here every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m.
I'll be making sure I jump in and harass people in the comments.
Yay.
Yeah, like we bring a lot of dope guests. Like we bring the dopest people in the industry, real talk. Like you go look at our lineup and it's like, wow, like we've made history with this show, period.
I love it.
We really have.
No refunds.
No refund. Hell no. Where they do that at,
Oh, we don't want to get rid of no one, and we greatly
please don't get rid of yourself. Check in, don't check out. Ain't no 11 o'clock don't matter around here.
And the good part is we kind of remind ourselves of things too, because even though I come on and help people and push them, they do the same for me. So like I'll come on live and they'll be like, yesterday you said you was gonna do this. Did you do it? So everybody keeps me accountable as much as I keep everybody else accountable.
Period.
That part.
Yeah, you can see you got something real special over there. That's pretty dope.
Thank you kindly.
We're glad to have had you on the show. And whenever you're ready to release that secret, you can let us know. You said it's a month and a half out. We'll be waiting.
About a month and a half. I will.
Okay.
I will.
We like to air out a lot of new stuff. We try to. We didn't have. So how many people we didn't have see come on here and air out new stuff before it even came out?
Several people. I be trying to get everybody to just drop something.
I think we got Caesar. We got Caesar to release the information about, was it Juliet or was it Romeo?
Nice.
So I forgot. Like I be tricking people when they tell them. I wasn't supposed to say that. I just get them talking. They just.
That's the way to do it, though.
Yeah, man.
You're welcome. So
go,
I will come back and talk about it. Y'all ain't getting a hint today. Y'all gonna get a hint in a month and a half when I come back.
Right on.
I'll give y'all that.
Look. Pretty party crafty said a little, just a smidget.
I'm trying to tell you, you know, just a little bit.
A little hint. The little hint is you gonna love it. That's a hint.
Yeah.
You gonna love it. You gonna love it.
Look, she said that's her little bit though. We gonna love it. Look. So now we gonna wake up every day all in the middle of the night. Like, what's shondell?
The thing is too, I can't give y'all what I ain't got because I have not like 100% put down on things. So I'm
but
playing.
you about 85, 90% there though. You know.
It don't matter.
Look.
See,
that was that shut up now. Shut your ass up.
Y'all gonna know when I tell y'all.
That's what she just told me to shut my ass up in so many words right there. Oh man.
Thanks.
So again, shout out your socials where they can find you if they don't know you. All that stuff before we get up out of here.
All right, guys. So if you don't know by now, I am your favorite crafter, and you can find me The Craft Print on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Don't forget Pinterest. Pinterest, y'all. You gotta use. Oh, y'all should be utilizing Pinterest too. So you can find me on Pinterest too as The Craft Print as well. I do have a blog, thecraftprint.com. You can go over there and read some nice blogs about crafting. And don't forget, every Friday on Instagram, I'm going to be live with another crafter teaching you a new craft project.
Dope.
And we
So
love
I
those
just-
them afternoon sessions, them lunchtime.
Thank you, kind. Yes, I randomly pop in for a lunch break live. So on my lunch break, I come talk, answer questions. We hang out, just have a good time.
Yeah, dope. I just want to thank you for coming out, having a dope interview with us and stuff, and kind of bullying me a little bit, but I'm good though. I ain't gonna cry or nothing like that. But yeah, thank you
Thanks
again,
for
sister.
inviting me.
Yes, and you're welcome to come back anytime. So,
period.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
And
I told you it takes a little time to get me out of the anxiety part, and then I'm good to go. I'm all in.
Right on. Thank you. And everybody in the crowd, thank you. Shake a hand, meet a new friend, man. Squad Creative Podcast. You never know who's going to pop up in that seat. We'll be back next Thursday. See y'all next time. Appreciate you. Love you and all the stuff.
Peace in the Middle East. Good night.